Hello everyone, I want to show you the secret of this porridge beans with plantain. It tastes so lovely and delicious. So if you're interested, let's go to my kitchen and let's have this wonderful meal. Hi everyone, this is Cook with Ijama. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Let's get started. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell so whenever I uploaded a new video, you'll be the first to know. So let's get started, guys. So first of all, I'm going to add the beans into the pot. The beans was already washed, and I'm going to add some water to allow it to boil. Okay, so I'll leave the beans to boil about 10 minutes. Depends on how the cooker is heating. Okay, yes. So now you can see the beans is boiling. I'm going to remove it from the pot and wash it again to remove the chemicals. Okay, then after that I added some water in the pot, allow it to boil before adding the beans back into the pot. Now I'm going to start cooking the beans until the beans is done and turn into brown. Yes, I like cooking my beans to be brown than to be white. Okay, so here is the plantain that I'm going to use, and here is the fish, the basket fish I'm going to use to make this meal. So I have the onions and I also have the crayfish. Okay, yeah, and I have the curry seasoning cube and onion. So I have tomatoes, paprika and habanero pepper. So all these I'm going to use. I'm going to write it down on the description box so it will be easy for you to see all the ingredients that I used in making these beans. So now we're going to peel back of the plantain out, then cut it to the size we're going to use to make these beans. So guys, you can see the way I cut the plantain so big. It's optional. You can cut it the way you want. Okay, you can cut it little by little. It depends on how you like to eat your plantain in your beans. For me, I like it big so that the plantain will be strong in my beans. I don't want soft plantain because this plantain is already ripe. So after that, I'm going to debone this basket fish. You know, this fish has a lot of bone. Okay, so I'm going to remove all the bone and the back. So I will also blend the bone and the back together so that I'll have a lot of fish in this food. Okay, so I'm going to blend it, but it mustn't be this particular fish that you're going to use to make your beans. You can have mackerel, you can use mackerel, you can use mangala fish, catfish, anyone you prefer or you have at home. But if you don't have it, crayfish is good. Okay, so you can see the beans. I've cooked it so that the beans get brown. I love my beans to be brown before cooking any other thing, putting any other thing in it. So now we're going to make the beans sauce. I have the red oil, I have onions as well. Then I'm going to add the vegetables, which is tomatoes, paprika, onions and habanero pepper. I blended together. You can see it here. So I added into it and stir. So I'm going to fry it about 15 to 20 minutes so that it will fry very well before adding other thing in it. Now, after frying the sauce, I'm going to add the seasoning, which is curry powder and chicken seasoning. Okay, so then I mix everything together, added some water. Now I'm going to add the fish into the sauce. Okay, you can see the grinded one is going to help the sauce to taste so good. Then now we are going to add the seasoning cube into it as well to make the taste so wow. So all these things helps the cooking to be okay. So I added the seasoning cube and I added some salt at your taste. Okay, and I cover it and allow it to cook about 2 to 3 minutes. Then after that, we're going to add the plantain. So stir very well so it doesn't stick. So here is my plantain. I pour it into the pot and I'm going to stir it before adding the beans. Guys, think of how this food is going to taste. Yes, it's going to taste so good. In fact, it tasted so good after cooking it. So I mix everything together. So allow it to cook after mixing it. Remember to reduce the burner into a medium heat so that the pot will not get burned and the beans will not dry the water. So allow it to cook gently until it gets to the best part that you want it. Some people like their beans to have this water. Some people doesn't like it. Some people like the beans to be thick without water. So cook in a way that you want it. If you want it to have this water, fine. If you want it to be thickened, good for you. Okay, but I like mine to be thickened. I have little water in it, not too much. So you can see the beans is done and the water is not so much because when I leave it on top of the burner, everything settled well. So now is to dish out our food. You can see how beautiful the beans is. For some people that doesn't like to eat beans, guys, cook your beans this way. You're going to start loving it. We have many ways that we cook beans, not only this way, but this is the first one I'm putting on my channel. So I'm going to be bringing other ways that, you know, if you're not the type that likes beans, when you cook it this way, you're going to start liking it. I love making my beans brown because when my beans get brown, it brings out that sugar taste. Okay, that makes the beans to taste so good. Unless that bean doesn't have taste at all. But once you cook it that way, it will be good. So thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Bye.